With a Friday Night Lights feel, the new series Heels gives you a ringside seat to the world of small town pro wrestling. Mary McCormack stars as Willie, the brains behind the business, who has some competition of her own. Take a look.
Do you know why your show sucks, Gully? It's partly that you're a latecomer to this business with no real sense of its history, but mostly it's that you're not from here. You think because these folks are poor, they're dumb, and that since they're dumb, they just want to see violent shitheads getting busted open with baseball bats. But they come to our shows because they want to see a good story. Doesn't matter how fancy the arena is or whether anybody bleeds, just that they care. That they really, truly give a about the guys, their guys in the ring.
Hi, Mary. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Well, let's talk about this show. It is getting great reviews. First off, set everything up for us.
So our show is about an independent wrestling league and in a small rural part of Georgia. It's run by two brothers. The father has passed away, so it's sort of a family business. And then my character, Willie Day, I sort of am the managing producer of the league. And I keep all the trains running on time and all the male egos in check. And in wrestling, there are heroes and heels. So because it's sort of this heightened storytelling, it's almost like a play. We have a good guy and a bad guy, and the bad guys are referred to as heels.
Ah, I did not know that. Yeah, there's this whole thing of learning how to fall, learning how to take a hit, learning how to, you know what I mean, be the one who's losing.
Yeah, and they really, really do take a beating. I mean, these people are so devoted.
Even though it gives you a realistic look at the world of wrestling, it also is very intimate. And the character development is very well done. And that has to be part of what drew you to this as well.
It did, yeah. I mean, all the characters are complex, and it's beautifully written by Michael Waldron and Mike O'Malley. And good writing is good writing. So, and good storytelling is good storytelling. It sort of doesn't matter what the world is, although this world does happen to be fascinating.
Well, tell us a little bit more about Willie. You described her a little bit, but will we, through the course of this, get to learn more about her backstory and what brought her to this world?
Yeah, she was also, so Tom Spade was the patriarch of the family. He's since passed away, but she was his valet. And then she had she was a valet for this other wrestler, Wild Bill. And so she sort of came up in wrestling and is obsessed with it herself, and probably would have wrestled if she'd been born later. You know, the whole gender thing sort of blew open as she was coming up in it, but she was not in that part of the world. She's like sort of she's a little bit of a control freak. All the guys are scared of her. She's really tough and they're properly afraid of her, which is fun. And, but then we also see her private life, and we see her marriage, and she has a teenage daughter played by my teenage daughter, Margaret.
Nice. Well, this league has some competition from Mike O'Malley, who's also the showrunner. What is that like, working across from him both as a scene partner and as a boss?
Well, he is the best boss. I mean, I've known him since we were like in our early 20s from New York theater. We were pals then, and we played husband and wife about 9 years ago on an NBC show. And we've known each other forever and loved each other forever. So he's the best boss I could have.
Let me ask you this, though. You mentioned that you did not get in the ring, no injuries for you. Any injuries suffered from anybody else?
Stephen Amell broke his back.
What?
No. Doing a wrestling move. I know. It's hardcore. I mean, wrestlers, never walk right again. They really sacrifice their bodies. It's incredible.
All right. Well, I want to let everybody know you can catch Heels Sunday at 9 p.m. on Stars. Mary, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.